Gave us that song. He's a great writer, lives out in California, and I love to sing it. Heard a story the other day about a fellow up in Amarillo. He went into this joint. Y'all all know what joints are, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, this was a real joint. It was a knife and gun club. When you check in the door, they ask you if you got a knife or a gun, and if you don't have one, they'll loan you one. And he's sitting way back over in the corner, and it's real dark in there. And the bartender yells, "What can I do for you?" Well, he knew who the bartender was talking to because he was the only one in there. And he said, "I need 3 beers. I want you to pop a top on all 3 of them at the same time." The bartender said, "That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. Let me pop them one at a time. They won't go flat and lose their fizz on you." He said, "No, you don't understand. My brothers and I are scattered, but we're real close. And when we left home, we made a deal that none of us would ever drink alone. We'd all 3 drink together. So I need 3 beers with the top popped off all 3 of them." Bartender set them down. He took a drink of this one, took a drink of this one, a drink of this one, started all over again. The bartender thought, what a neat deal that is. He really is close to his brothers. So about 2 weeks later, this guy comes in the front door and he yells, "Bartender, bring me them 3 beers and pop the top on all 3 of them." Bartender didn't argue with him, just took him over there and said, "Tell me about your brothers." And he said, "Well, one of them's in Midland, one of them's in Houston, and I'm in Amarillo, but we're still real close. We drink together all the time." That's a good deal. About a week later, he comes in and he said, "Bartender, bring me 2 beers and pop the top on both of them." The bartender thought, my goodness, he's lost one of his brothers. How do I handle this? Took the 2 beers over to him and set them down. He said, "Son, I'm terribly sorry about your loss." He said, "Lost? I ain't lost nothing." "Oh, you talking about the 2 beers? That ain't no big deal. My wife got us tangled up with them church people, and I'm no longer allowed to drink." I want to see the hands of all the kids who are with us. You've been here before, haven't you? Well, you're going to get to hear it again. For the rest of you who didn't raise your hand, you need to go to Winchester, Virginia, to the city park where there's a little wooden sign about this long. And it very simply says, "You don't quit playing because you get old. You get old because you quit playing." Now, how many kids we got? Good. We only play this for kids. The old preacher went out a-walking. He was on one Sunday morning. I know it was again his religion. Took his old double-barrel L.C. Smith 12-gauge shotgun along. Didn't think I'd get all that in there, did you? Shot himself some mighty fine quail. I just one little old measly hat. And then on his way returning home, he met a great big grizzly bear. The old bear stood up in the middle of the road as mean as he could be. Well, that preacher started shaking, climbed him a simmon tree. The old bear stood up and he rolled his eyes and he shook his ugly head. And that preacher looked into the sky and this is what he said. "Well, oh Lord, you delivered Daniel from the lion den, Jonah from the belly of the wailing winds. Well, the Hebrew children from the fiery furnace, so the good book do declare. And now, Lord, if you can't help me, for goodness sake, don't you help that bear." Then the bear commenced to climb the tree. That made the preacher sore. So the preacher climbed still higher till he couldn't climb no more. And then that limb began to break. And then that limb began to break. It was a real
big limb.
Not very effective, is it? Thank you, Danny. And they both come tumbling down. And when that preacher began to pray, friends, you could hear him for miles around. Y'all ready? It's me and you, darling. And if the rest of them are ready, I sure don't want to be here when they ain't. How about you? You don't make any noise doing this. Let's try it again. Y'all ready? Yeah! Oh, Lord, you delivered Daniel from the lion's den, Jonah from the belly of the whale, men. Well, the Hebrew children from the fiery furnace, so the good book to declare. And now, Lord, if you can't help me, for goodness sakes, don't you help that bear. Then the fight went down to the river. Boy, it was a terrible fight. The old bear was really laying it on. But the preacher was doing all right. Because he dragged that beast right into the water. It was in 3 times and then out. And the old bear got loose. And he limped away. Y'all are just plumb full of it, is that right? And they both come. The old bear got loose and he limped away, and the preacher began to shout, "Well, oh Lord, you delivered Daniel from the lion